Hi and welcome to episode 11. In this episode I'll talk about the Sporepedia and other online features. Let's start off with talking about the hub of all the creations you'll see in the game, the Sporepedia. You get to it by clicking the Share tab from the main menu. From here you can view every single creation you encounter in the game, including Max's own pre-made creations. First let's talk about the creation viewer and how to share your own creatures. Sharing means that the creation gets added to the online database and that they have a chance of getting downloaded to and appear in other people's games. Shared creations can also receive comments and ratings. Ratings is something we'll talk more about in episode 12, which will focus on Spore.com. There are multiple ways of sharing creations. You can either do it straight away from the editor when you're done with your creation, or from the Sporepedia. To share a creation from the Sporepedia, you want to go to the My Creations tab. Select the creation you want to share and press the share button on the lower right corner of the screen, and tada! Your creation has been shared! Note that you can only share creations that 1. Have a mouth, 2. Have a name, 3. Aren't overly complex, thus creations made with the Freedom Sheet cannot be shared, 4. Don't have mods, modded creations cannot be shared. Sometimes when Spore won't let you share a creation, you just have to log back in again. This usually happens to me when I've had the game running for a while. Now on to the creation viewer. If you hover your cursor over a creation, a blue bar with 3 dots will appear. Clicking it will open up the viewer. Once you're in the viewer, you can take a better look at the creation. You can rotate the view, zoom in, and so on. You can also see stats and buttons that let you delete the creation, edit it, or share it. The ban button is obviously unavailable on your own creatures, but if it's someone else's creation, you can ban it so it won't appear in your game anymore. You can also see the description of the creation and the tags, along with the comments window. Now let's move on to the rest of the Sporepedia. On the left hand side you have a nifty little menu that lets you navigate it easier. Let's do a rundown of every single tab on it. Everything is basically a library of every single downloaded creation in your game. You can sort creations here in pretty much any way you like. You can view only creatures, only buildings, and so on. You can also search for creations in your library. Maxes, all the Maxes creations that exist in the game. Recent downloads, shows the most recent creations downloaded. Search online, lets you search for creations throughout the whole online database. Some trivia for you. By the time I'm writing this script there have been 189,516,193 creations and 540,668 galactic adventures uploaded by a total of 5,051,563 users. Wow. Anyway, there's quite a lot of search functions. I'm not going to cover them all in detail, but as you can see, you can either browse or search for specific creations. Searching lets you type in a keyword, and then you have options whether or not you want the word to be included in name, tags, creator name, description, etc. Browsing shows all creations that fits into the category you choose. For example, you can search for the oldest airplanes, and this will display every single airplane order from oldest to most recently shared to the Sporepedia. Let me say this, the in-game Sporepedia isn't the most reliable. The search function in Spore.com works a whole lot better and it's more reliable, so do use that one instead. Then we come to the My Stuff category. My Creations shows all of your creations, shared or not. My Spore page, your own personal Spore page, which displays your username, obviously your avatar, which you can change on Spore.com, and so that's something Katsos will cover in the next episode. Your tagline, which you can also change on Spore.com, how many subscribers you have, how many Sporecasts you have created, and the last date you updated your profile on. To the right we have a window displaying the current featured adventure or creation and the featured Sporecast. Features are chosen by Maxes, but you can suggest creations you think should be featured on a thread on the Spore forum, aka the Sporum. The Sporum will also be covered in the next episode. Underneath that we have a news section, which very rarely gets updated. As you can see, we had no news between the 13th of December 2010 and 10th of May this year. So 5.5 years without news, thanks Maxes. Actually, I joined in January of 2011, so I never got any news at all from Maxes until May this year. Anyway, let's not be salty. By all means do join the Halloween contest though, if it's still going when you watch this, that is. Events. Shows new events concerning your creations, whether they appeared and were interacted with in someone else's game, or if someone commented on them. You can also see your buddies' activities. And lastly we have the Comments tab. Let's take a quick look at comment managing. When you receive a comment, it will get added in the approval section, and when you approve a comment, it will obviously get moved down to the approved comment section. As you can see, you have the choice between approving or rejecting received comments, and you can also block and report users if you want to. Blocked users can later on be managed further down on the comments page. Blocked users won't be able to leave new comments on any of your creations. You can also visit the profile and thus see the creations of anyone who has left you a comment by clicking on their screen name. Achievements is the next stop on the menu, and as you might have guessed, you can view all the achievements you have unlocked here. After achievements we have the Spore Catalog. This is a section where Maxis wants you to buy things. You can apparently put your favorite creation on a t-shirt. Not only on t-shirts, you can also put your very favorite creature on a round sticker or on a mousepad. Great gift for grandma this year. And you can also make comics. What? Okay, never mind, this isn't working anymore. What a surprise. Anyway, let's move on. Next we have the Buddies tab, which shows a list of all the people you are buddies with, or in other words, subscribe to. So let's talk about buddies, or subscriptions as it's more commonly referred to. Spore allows you to subscribe to other creators by going to their profile and click on the little plus sign next to their name. Let's use Katsos to demonstrate. Obviously I was already subscribed to him, but for the means of this tutorial I unsubscribed temporarily. Don't be mad, please. When you are subscribed to someone, Spore will automatically download all of their shared creations to your personal library, and whenever they share a new creation, that one will also get automatically downloaded. It's pretty much like subscribing to a newspaper, only that instead of papers, there's Spore creatures instead. You get the point. On a creator's public profile, you can also see their most recent achievements, most recently shared creations, and a list of their Sporecasts. You can also unsubscribe from a person by clicking the red thing next to their name. No, I'm not going to demonstrate that. Underneath the Buddies tab, we have the Sporecasts tab. First, let's explain what a Sporecast is. A Sporecast is kind of like a folder with creations in it, and much like you can subscribe to a Spore user, you can subscribe to a Sporecast. When you subscribe to Sporecast, the creations in it will get downloaded to your library along with any new ones that get added to that Sporecast. It's pretty much like subscribing to a newspaper, only that instead of papers, there's Spore creatures instead. Wait, I've already said that. Anyway, you can search for Sporecast by typing in keywords of the things you're looking for. Let's say you want a Sporecast with swimmies. Then you simply write swimmy, and hopefully you'll get a Sporecast with swimmies in it. Bingo. Oh wait, that's mine, what a surprise. You can also subscribe to other users' Sporecasts by going to their profiles and clicking on the subscribe button next to the Sporecast name. Next up we have how to make Sporecasts. Clicking the Make Sporecast button will divert you to the Sporecast editor. Here you can choose the name for the Sporecast, and you can also write a short description. You can also add tags to your Sporecasts, but you can only do that from Spore.com. To find creations to add to your Sporecast, you simply search for the kind of creations you want to add and then click the Add to Sporecast button. When you're done, you press the green button and your Sporecast is added to the online Sporepedia. You can edit your own Sporecast to add more creations or change the description later on by selecting the Sporecast and then pressing the edit button. You can also choose to delete your own Sporecast or unsubscribe from those you're subscribed to. You can more easily manage Sporecasts on Spore.com in general, since the in-game Sporepedia search function isn't exactly working the best. And that is pretty much it about the Sporepedia. Like I mentioned earlier, Katsos will talk more about Sporepedia on Spore.com in the next episode, along with some information about the Spore Forum, aka the Sporum. I hope you learned something, and as always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. Have a great day!